Hello everyone and welcome back to our Minecraft Vanilla LP. We are in the jungle location and we have updated to the 13W21A snapshot, and among the changes in this snapshot are the horse UI, which allows you to remove saddles and armor from a horse which has them equipped. And apparently it also removes the saddle from horses that you had previously put one on. Because if you remember from our last episode, this guy had a saddle before, and now he does not. So that's a little troublesome. There seems to be some issue with how you get into the UI. Right click will sometimes have you mount the horse, and right click will sometimes take you into the UI for the horse. So that seems to be problematic at this point, not very stable. The other change that they made is they added attributes for items. So for instance, you see Iron Axe +5 attack damage, Iron Pickaxe +4 attack damage, and +7 attack damage. Those all are changes to the attributes for a given object. So that is another change in the latest snapshot. That's nice and everything in that it gives you a better idea of what the relative capabilities are of the tools. But I find the fact that my saddle has now vanished to be rather disruptive. So I'm not sure if that's a bug related to leads or anything. So let's take off the lead for this guy. Did I pick it up? Yes, I did. And confirmed, he is acting as if we have no saddle on him. So that's annoying. Thanks for that update. I'm going to go through the nether portal and go over to the main house and check that horse to make sure whether or not he still has his saddle, and I'll get back to you in a moment. So yes, it is confirmed that horses that previously have saddles now have no saddles, which is awesome. And by awesome, I mean completely the opposite of whatever awesome might be conceivably. So now I have no rideable horses. Apparently I have to go out and find saddles again, so as to be able to ride our little friendly horse friends, which annoys me, but what are you gonna do? No saddle, no armor. So annoying, but these things happen when you play in snapshots. So I will probably make a trek out to the old location where the horses were, to retrieve a saddle from over there and try to put a saddle on a horse once again. I don't know if we can construct a saddle. I didn't see anything in the update notes about constructing saddles again, so I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can build them still, so it doesn't look like we can recreate the saddles that we lost. And there seems to be a glitch where I am periodically losing sound as well. So the latest snapshot, not terribly stable from the looks of things. So hopefully that means that within the next couple of days they'll come out with something better. I don't know if we will still be missing our saddles at that point, but it is certainly something to keep in mind. So the good news is that they know about the problem with the saddles, and it's an actual documented bug. There's talk of a 21B release that will fix the issues with the saddles and the sound system issue that I'm having, as well as apparently there's an issue with sprinting, and I kind of noticed when I hit the sprint it would do the screen effect, but I didn't seem to be going any faster. So what seems to happen is that your walk speed doesn't change, but it still consumes your hunger bar. But I guess that is already been fixed in the dev code, and it's just a matter of actually releasing another snapshot that has that fix in it. So what we're going to try to do is put together some kind of structure in this area so that we can camp out and live with our little horse friends. So I don't have a lot of materials over here, so this could be interesting. But what I was thinking about doing was just building a little house in the side of this hill. I've been thinking about my cliff house that I built on the multiplayer server a while back, and I kind of like to implement something similar to that. I'm gonna have stairs here leading up to a door. This will be the door, and then I plan to have two little boxes jutting out on either side of it. I'm not sure how big those should be. We'll figure that out later. So I'll need to hollow out this part. And how far over did I go? Just one. So then this will go up a bit over here. I'll probably go up at least this high. And then we will do something similar on the other side. That looks a little tall to me. I guess it's not too... No, that should be fine. So let me just replace this dirt with some cobble. And then we'll go up on this side. I'm not sure if I want it to be symmetrical or sort of wrap around here. That little freeze was probably the sound system crashing. Oh no, it's still good. So I will probably come out at the side of the hill. Maybe I'll have like a corner window or something on this side. And then 1, 2, 3. Come over this way. And oh, there it goes. There's the sound gone. So anyway, we're just going to play with it quiet because I have to restart the game in order to get it to come back. So you just get to listen to my glorious voice instead of my glorious voice mixed with the sound of me crushing dirt blocks with a shovel. It's at this point that I should come up with something interesting to discuss, like the noise dogs make in the background of some people's videos. I keep having an issue with ambulances in the background of my videos as well. Apparently now that the summer has come, people have decided to injure each other or themselves more often. So getting a lot of background street noise in my videos. So I don't need to make it terribly big right now, I don't think. Especially this part, if I'm going to have these structures in the wings over here, I'm going to have plenty of storage. I mean, when you functionally think of what a Minecraft house needs to be, you really need just like space for a bed and a couple of chests. You know, if you're far along in the game, then you need space for storage of a lot of items, like the silo solution that I have. But by and large, like essential things to the game, there's not a whole lot that you would need. So building any kind of structure is more of an aesthetic endeavor than it is, you know, functionally necessary. Just like a flower in your inventory isn't functionally necessary. But you know, that's what a sandbox game is. And I find that a lot of people's dissatisfaction with Minecraft or a map in Minecraft stems from not anything functionally wrong with the game itself, but just like a lack of inspiration. People, when they play a sandbox game like Minecraft, I mean, Minecraft has some goal-oriented stuff in that they put bosses in. You know, I mean, the game was functionally open-ended to begin with, but you know, they put bosses there. But the fact that you don't necessarily have to fight those bosses, to me, means that at its root, this is a sandbox game. It's meant to be played in a way that you determine what the game is. And for some people, that game is going into creative mode and just seeing what kind of crazy stuff they can build. And you know, that's a great use of the engine. And part of what's interesting about the game is that it allows for things like that, and it allows for people to create their own games within the same engine. You know, you can make a CTM map in here and have people run through that. You can throw up a tower and put ladders on all four sides of it and make that a game on like a multiplayer server. So you know, the game itself is flexible in what it allows, and it's really in the mind of the player as to what the game is. You know, it's about your own mindset in playing the game itself. You know, something like a first-person shooter where, you know, maybe you have a set path that you go through. There's a lot of more open world games than there used to be, but a lot of things are still that you have like a set path within reason of where you can go and what you're supposed to do in a game. So yeah, there's more open world games than there used to be, but again, you're still given a direction to go. Whereas a game like this, it's you give yourself the direction to go. So if you're a self-motivated individual and you can say that, okay, these are my operating parameters and this is what I want to accomplish, then the game lasts a lot longer for you. And actually, something like recording your gameplay and posting it to YouTube can make the game more interesting for you. But you know, people get bored with Minecraft a lot, and what you see is people restarting a lot. Those first few days in a Minecraft world where you're struggling to survive and there's lots of hardships and resources are scarce, you know, that's drama, and that's drama that people put into the game themselves. I mean, at any point when you're playing the game, you could put it down and say, okay, you know, I'm done. That drama could be removed. You're deciding to put that drama in there by continuing to attempt to survive in the face of, you know, a lack of resources. And what happens a lot of times is people get to a point like in diamond armor level, or they've gone to the end and defeated the Ender Dragon or whatever they've done. They've set an endpoint in their mind of this is what I need to accomplish. I've built a house and I'm stable and I'm surviving easily. So the game's over and it loses its interest. But they're losing sight of the fact that this is a sandbox, and there's a lot of things that you can continue to do in that sandbox. And what I see a lot just in the people that I play with in this game is, what is a sandbox for? You build things. I mean, you can push around blocks and try to get all the stuff that's buried in the sand in the sandbox, but ultimately the sandbox is there so you can build sand castles and create little structures for things to move in and out of, and move the sand around to do something, to build something. And I think a lot of people are very strong in leveraging the world for the purposes of obtaining things, mining. I feel like the mining is very strong, the crafting is very strong, but the building is really a struggling point for a lot of people, that there's not a lot of desire to actually build an interesting structure in the game. And I really admire a lot of the YouTubers. You see them undertake very advanced structures in the game, trying to replicate arenas and establishments that exist in real life, famous buildings. They give themselves the goal of building. And what I'm most impressed by when I watch someone's videos is how they've committed a significant amount of time to recreate something accurately, or to try and make something that you can stumble upon and just be awestruck by it. That in a game that's essentially a computer version of Lego bricks, that someone has built something impressive, not necessarily architecturally accurate to the way it is in real life, but an abstraction of an impressive structure. So if you take anything away from watching this video, just allow yourself the freedom to not only mine and craft, but also build in this game. You don't have to just build the 5x5 hut with the bed and the chest and the 2 stoves to survive. You can make something that looks interesting, and don't limit yourself to like the physics of what our actual world is. You're in a world where different physics apply. Water doesn't work like this. Lava doesn't work like that. You can't go to a place that's as hot as the Nether and expect to survive. Why are you building in such a way like this corner? Oh, I need to have a structure so this corner is supported. If you want to do that, you can certainly do that, but you don't have to limit yourself that way. You're in a world where this is engineeringly sound. I can put like 18 blocks exactly horizontal and this won't collapse, and that's fine. So why not leverage that to allow yourself to be more creative in the kinds of structures that you're building. You see a lot of people playing Feed the Beast, and trying to get every block in the game. That's certainly a goal that you can do. You can do like a block museum and have, okay, here's my macerator, here's my pulverizer, here's my fusion reactor item tesseract. Here's every block in the game. But that to me is less impressive than okay, I've built a scale replica of the Met in which to house all my blocks that I built. You can make it a lot more impressive just by the types of structures that you choose to build with your massive amount of excessive resources. yeah, build castles in the sandbox. Don't just push the sand around, call it a day. But yeah, this is our basic structure. I need to go get some sand. I'm talking about sandboxes, and I need to be getting sand. I'm gonna +3 attack this sand now. So let's continue on our castle by smelting some sand for windows. I probably won't leave this as cobble. I'll probably smelt up some smooth stone and make stone brick or something like that. I was watching a YouTuber the other day talk about Feed the Beast and limiting themselves to a particular technology path. Like Industrial Craft has some pretty powerful solar panels to get EU from the sun, which is fairly easy to do. But a lot of times when people do, is because that's easy, they have a tendency to leverage the solar panels and then not explore the other options for power that exist within the game. And I'm kind of guilty of this as well, in that there's a tech path that I typically follow in like a Feed the Beast, where I get my pulverizer because that's not very expensive to get, and I get my Buildcraft engines and my thermal expansion stuff, and build with that because those are inexpensive early items that you can get, and it lends itself to helping you out in the early stages of the game, but it sort of forces you down a particular road. I'm trying when I'm doing my Twilight Forest world in the multiplayer server to force myself to use some of the less popular mods, and I don't really have to do that. I can build solar panels, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and but just to make it interesting and entertaining for myself, it's a challenge to, can I make red power work in a way that's functionally useful. Now I still need, I'm not gonna spit in the face of doubling ores with like a macerator or something like that. I'm still gonna use that, but red power has some unique things that it can offer, and there's no harm in trying to explore that and live on that. And then the rules of the game become, what can I do with, not just, instead of limited resources, now I have a limited tech path. I'm limiting myself to just using red power, or using red power as much as I can. So that's another way to make the game stay fresh. Once you have a lot of resources, you can also go to another location in the game. You've built up this massive palace of a structure with your massive amounts of resources that you have. Start over in another area, go to another place in your map, and pretend like it's a new game. And then you always have that option of going back through all the places where you've started over and seeing, okay, what was my approach? How is this structure supportive of the environment? Think about how we sort of started over when we went to the jungle. A farm isn't really appropriate in the jungle, so now we have trees. We built a tree house, and I know that other LPs have done that before, and it's kind of a natural thing to do in the jungle, but that's why the environment lends itself to a certain type of structure, and you build to your environment. But so go to a different biome and try to see what you can build to survive in that biome. Leave all your stuff behind, pretend like you're starting a new map. There's a lot of different ways to keep the game interesting without giving up on a map that you're already playing, or on a mod pack that you're already playing. just give yourself the flexibility to change the rules of the game to make it interesting for yourself, and you may find that there's a new game there that you didn't really explore. I don't know if I actually have enough ladders to do this. Oh, well, I don't feel like going all the way down there to get it. Apparently I put these ladders on the wrong side. I should have put them over there, where the torches were not. It doesn't look like I need too many more. Should have carved that over here. I'm going to have to replace that. Anyway, so hopefully my ranting isn't too boring for you. But I need to expand my dialogue for this channel to try and make it more interesting. So hopefully philosophical commentary about the game is a good lead-in to other discussions. But we have a start on a little house in the horse area. I'm kind of just killing time for the most part until they fix these bugs with the sound. And yeah, I'll definitely clean this up and replace it with some kind of more interesting block. I should probably make one of these significantly smaller just so it doesn't look like a face. But we'll see about that in a later episode. But for the time being, I think that will be it for today. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.